You are Black in the Green Room with me, your host, Keith Underwood. And this is your spot for real talk about entertainment with entertainers, creatives, and showbiz professionals. Today, we're honored to have a true music legend with us, Jackie Jackson. As a founding member of the Jackson, he has been part of some of the most iconic moments in music history, helping to shape a legacy that continues to inspire generations. From the early days of the Jackson 5 to the present, Jackie remains a driving force in the industry, and I am so excited to have you in the room today. Jackie Jackson, welcome to the room.
Thank you so much for having.
Yes, yes. How you been?
I've been great, man. I can't complain. I'm doing okay.
Good, good, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Jackie, for some, younger folks that might be just discovering the Jacksons, how would you introduce yourself and the music of the family and your legacy to this new generation of fans?
We've always do tried to do the type of music that all generations can enjoy.
Hmm.
Grandmas and you can bring your whole family to our concert, and they won't get offended. It's just great music to dance to and have fun. It's like a party on stage. That's what we do, and try to introduce that kind of same kind of music that Kool and the Gang, Earth, Wind and Fire does. There's no curse words. It's just great music to have fun and dance to.
Yes, yes. So what does it feel like to you when when you look at it out at an audience and you see so many generations there being represented? I mean, how does that make you feel?
It's such a great feeling that we bring so many people to the concerts because they come dressed like us. And some of the kids are like maybe 5 or 6 years old, or some are 10 years old. I said, wait a minute, these kids don't know nothing about this music. But I guess their parents or their grandparents introduced them to the Jackson Five and this good music. And they show up at the concerts, and we have great fans that show up all the time like that. It's a wonderful feeling. It really is.
Yeah. And what is that loyalty meant not only to, how you guys feel about it, but also to your success over just so many decades in music?
Well, it's the fact that we came from a background from Motown. Motown.
Hmm.
It's like a college. I mean, they teach you everything about the entertainment business, and at the time we were coming up, uh, I remember going to Detroit and Hitsville, right? And when we got there, I saw the Temptations were there. I saw Smokey Robinson was there. They were all there just hanging around. That's what they do. They hang around there and write on each other's songs. And I was able to meet all those great, great musicians and stars that we were idolized. We were idolizing to at that time. And it was just amazing just to see those people in person. It's nothing like it. It's amazing. You learn so much from them.
Yeah. And speaking of learning, like being the oldest of the brothers, what kind of responsibilities did you have with keeping your brothers in line?
Oh, I had that was at that time I was the oldest, and sometimes my father couldn't be there, so I kept everybody in line, and it wasn't that hard because it was about the music and being on stage and entertaining, and that's what we wanted to do. We worked so hard to get there, and
Hmm.
anything to damage that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of groups today that work so hard to get there. Then when they get there, they mess up and do
Yes.
crazy things. And why do that when you work so hard to get there? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Worked all your life to get there to be an entertainer. Then when you get there, you blow it. Why?
Yes, absolutely. What are some of the lessons that you learned from watching maybe some of the other groups that were around you guys, good or bad?
Oh, well, like I said, being around Motown, that family, they were all the artists were like superstars. They handled themselves very professionally because you
Hmm.
represent the record company when you're out there. And these people, there's a lot of people back at the record company that's working so hard for you all the time when you're out there on the road and promoting records. They out there, they're at the office working too at the same time, working for you, working for the artist. So we learned so much about that. Motown taught us everything. Yeah, they really did.
Hmm. So looking back at your journey in music, what has been some of the most rewarding parts about being a Jackson?
Well, rewarding parts about being a Jackson.
Yes.
see some of the rewarding parts about being a Jackson.
Yeah. What brings you pride in being a Jackson and the legacy that your family has?
Well, it's at the music that we've done over the years, and all the brothers being together, and we took pride in everything we did, and we didn't want to mess up, anything.
Hmm.
And we had great fans around the world, and our fans expect so much out of us. So did the record company
Mm.
expect a lot out of us. So we tried to carry ourselves very professionally,
Yeah.
and that's what my mother and father taught us to be very professional in the business. You have to be very professional in the business, and that's what we did, and that's who we are today.
Yeah. And it's just so fantastic that even at a young age, I mean, even being young men or teenagers or preteens, that you guys understood that responsibility.
Yeah, there's a responsibility in the music industry. Like I said before, you work so hard to get there, and why mess it up? Just wow. There's so many people that's working behind the scenes too. That's working, helping you get there as well. So
Hmm.
why blow that?
Yeah. What was it like, man, going from, Indiana and then to LA and all of this successes in front of you guys and at your feet?
I would say I used to watch football games all the time when I was back in Indiana. It was cold and it's a small town, right? So when I
Right.
watched football games, right, they show San Diego Chargers or the LA Rams, right? And
Right.
there's people sitting in the stands with palm trees. And I said, oh my God, I want to go there. That's where I want to be, right?
Right.
I just see that all the time, man. And I couldn't wait to get there. When I got there, when I came to LA, I couldn't believe how the people were living out here in Los Angeles. You know,
Yes.
you see Ferraris, you see Rolls Royces rolling down the street, you see people living up in the hills like that. I said, these people have been living like this all my life. I didn't know anything about it. Living that good life, the sun is shining, palm trees,
Yes, yes. Like it's kind of like right now, we've got
Yeah,
a nice, beautiful, sunny day, and that's
yeah,
not the case for everybody across the state. I mean, across the
absolutely.
United States.
Yeah, absolutely. It was something to see though. But I had a great time. We got here, we loved it.
Good.
Dropping, I love color hoodies, fly like soundtracks, 8 tracks, taking it back to LPs, that's a flashback. I lay down fashion on these streets like Beverly Hill asphalt. Got everyone driving clean, they can't help but feel the vibes. It's a full of soul. I'm from the East Coast where the rap game is gritty, spitting lyrics so raw they hit hard like the streets of.
And Jackie, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
You are so welcome. So you guys have this very exciting performance coming up very soon. What can fans expect to see from this show?
Well, they can expect to see a regular Jackson show like it's always been. High energy show, a lot of dancing. People come just to hear the songs. They sing the songs, and they stand up in the stands and dance all day long. And that's what we have. We give them a high energy show, and try to do as many hits as we can. We have so many, but we can only get so many in 2 hours. But that's what we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you guys decide which songs you're going to do for a performance?
It's hard. Sometimes the fans decide it for us.
Mm.
Tell us what they want to hear, what songs they want to hear, and we do those. And it's hard to get all the songs in, so we try to put them in the medley. Sometimes some of them put them
Hmm.
on, but we wish we could do everything, all the songs, all the hits. We have so many. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jackie, what's the secret to being able to, gosh, sustain and continue that level of performance after all these years?
I I I don't. I think it's I'm gonna tell you. We have a good fan base that really supports us all over the world. No matter where we go, they show up, come see the show because they don't see us that much a lot of times, and we're not in the media world all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when we show up to do a concert, everybody comes out to see us and see the show. And we have great, like I said, we have great fans all over the world, and they come to hear the music, they come to hear the Jackson music, and that's what we give them. Yeah.
Hmm. What do you dislike most about performing?
You know what? I'm telling you something. I'm the most happiest when I'm on the stage.
Hmm.
I love being on the stage. I love doing this. So sometimes I forget the lyrics and I hold the mic out. They sing, then I jump back in. I do that sometimes. Sometimes your mind go blank, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Or you're caught up in the moment of just all the
Yeah,
energy and
yeah,
what's happening
that
around you.
happens sometimes, all the
Yeah,
songs we have and all the routines and where you're supposed to be on stage and everything like that. And it's a lot to remember, so the fans sing all this, they sing them and I just jump right in. Yeah. It's
yeah. Do you guys tease each other when you guys have moments like that on
on the
stage?
stages, of course we do. We laugh at each other all the time. We do it all the time.
Yeah, give me a story, Jackie. Tell me one time that happened and your brothers wrote you about it.
Oh yeah, I remember one time I was singing. It was a it was a it was a ABC song, right? I was singing an ABC song, and I was singing "I Want You Back" with ABC at the same time. Jermaine looked at me on stage. Jermaine looked at me, he started laughing, and I said, "What? What? I was singing the wrong song." Oh,
You were creating your own medley.
yeah, I was creating a remix or something. I don't know what I was doing.
Yes. And you guys, in your early years, you guys did a bunch of variety shows.
Yes.
What were some of your favorite memories from those variety shows? And which shows were some of your favorite
Carol
shows?
Barnett shows.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Carol Barnett. And there was Jim Neighbors. There were comedian. Come on, it's real funny. Uh, Here come the judge. What was his name?
Oh, Flip Wilson.
Flip Wilson. Flip
Yes.
Wilson. Oh, he was so great. We had great. All the shows we did with Ed Sullivan and stuff like that. We did so many TV shows. It was amazing. And
Yeah. No, the Flip Wilson, I just happened to watch that the other day. That's why I knew that answer
yeah,
on
Flip Wilson.
YouTube. So yeah, Flip Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wonder, like when they pick acts for, for variety shows, how does that come about? Do they just call your agents and then you guys say, okay, yeah, we want to go on the show. It's a
Called
good
the agent at
opportunity.
the time. Yeah, they called the agent at the time, especially when you got new music coming out or something like that. They called the agent, managers, and we said yes because that's what it was. That's how it was done back in the day. You go on a TV show like that, promote your music, promote where you're going. That's how promotion was done back in those days.
Hmm. Yeah. And you guys, family means so much to you guys. I mean, I know that I've had an opportunity to
Right,
share some time with members of your family. How do
right.
you balance family life with performing on the road?
Yeah, it's hard because sometimes our whole family's in the business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when it's time to come together, we do come together as a family and have cookouts and stuff like that, and share stories and talk about just everyday life. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Hmm.
try to talk about music, anything like that. We get away from that. It's the time to get away from the music and just talk about each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. When you guys have the cookouts, who's on the grill?
Everybody on the grill. Everybody. Basically, people cook. We're all on the grill cooking.
Yes. Who's got the special sauce, Jackie?
I do. Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that. Come on now.
Yeah. I can cook. Yeah.
Yes. You know,
I can, I can grill real good.
you can grill really well. What's your specialty?
I can grill anything. I love to grill. I love to grill. You know.
Uh-huh. What's your specialty? Chicken, ribs.
I like to grill salmon.
Oh,
Grill,
oh, that's great. That's one of my favorites. Yes.
and then I love to grill chicken too. But I like to grill salmon. I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah. Jackie, a few months ago, we were very saddened, by the loss of your brother Tito. What is one of your favorite memories of him, and both as a brother and as a musician?
Tito was a type of guy. He was always quiet, but when
Hmm.
you meet him, he was always there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Great musician. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Terrible loss. You know, whenever you lose a sibling in the family, it's a terrible loss.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it, we were just in Munich, Germany, doing a concert in Munich, Germany. So after the concert in Munich, Germany, we decided to all go home. He went back to his ranch in Oklahoma.
Mm.
And in the very next day, he decided to go to Los Angeles because he's collect a lot of vintage cars. He collect
Right.
old cars and vintage cars, around. And he decided to go to LA to pick up some of his cars, Well, on the way to LA, he picked up two of his cars on the trailer with his buddies, two
Mm-hmm.
friends with him. But on the way back, you have to go through New Mexico, which is high
Right.
altitude. So when he got up in the high altitude coming back to his ranch, he caught a heart attack. He said he
Mm.
wasn't feeling well, and he rushed till he went to the hospital, and they said he wasn't breathing. They stuck a tube down his throat so he can get some air and everything like that. But the doctor came out and said he didn't make it, just like that. It was just happened so sudden. And Marlon was just talking on the phone with him, and he was laughing and cracking jokes on the phone.
Right, right, right.
And minutes after that, he was in the hospital, and we lost him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, my
was,
my condolences to you
yeah,
and the entire family, man, on your loss.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But he did something that he loved to do was collect cars. He loved car. He had so many cars and the vintage cars that he collect. That was his hobby. That's what he did.
Yeah. So how is the family coming together to honor his legacy and his life? What are you guys doing to come together?
Well, matter of fact, we were just together not too long ago. The whole
Hmm.
family. And just being family like a regular family, like most families.
Hmm.
And uh, and just it was sad at the time because he's not there with us, and
Hmm.
Janet was there, everybody was there, and we just had a great time being together and
Yeah.
just talk about some fun memories, of Tito and sharing some things.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
is What does it feel like when people don't, when I loved what you just said about, we're a regular family. What is
yeah,
it about it for you when people don't understand that you are just a regular family, that
yeah.
they have all of these fascinations and dreams
Yeah,
and
they do.
things.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
I brush my teeth every morning like you do, like everybody else does. Good morning, do the same thing. We just happen to be in the entertainment business and love music, and that's what we do. And we're just a regular family like everybody else.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Very nice people, very humble people. So, yes, you've seen the music industry, evolve in so many ways, Jackie. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned about staying relevant and successful in the business?
Like I said before, in this business, you work so hard to get there. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell a lot of people that I know who's trying to make it, and some of the ones who's made it. Because they always come to me when they see me out. They talk to me about it, and I tell them, I said, "Hey, man, look, you work so hard to get here.
Hmm.
Why blow it? Why?" Like I see a lot of these hip hop stars out here today, and they got it. I mean, they got it going on with the social media whole thing.
Yes.
It's all about the social media. They know how to work their thing, how, and they. I mean, it's so successful out there with it. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
then look around, then they blow it doing something crazy or send some crazy. You got fans who love you around the world. Why do that?
Yeah.
You want everybody to come see you. Come on, why blow?
Hmm.
That's what I try to tell them. Just be normal, be yourself. I mean, be who you
Yeah.
are.
Be who you are. I agree with that. And I think that, while we're trying to create images, people don't realize that I think that more people will gravitate to you if they get to know and see the real you.
Absolutely, you're so true about that. Just be yourself, man. It's just yeah. I can't be no other person. Just be me. I'm Jackie. why change? That's who I am.
Yeah, and what's next for the family after the show out in Cerritos?
Well, we had shows up. We traveled to Europe, in July and May, and tour all over Europe and do things like that. And we got some shows coming up here as well in Texas and Dallas, Texas, coming up soon. But this regular tour. Well, we've been off for the last 3 months right now, so it's time for us to get back on the road now. I can't wait to get back out there. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you guys talked about possibly doing any new music with just the brothers
Well,
or with the whole family?
we have that already ready. The new music
Okay.
set in stone. It's coming out. It's already finished. Everything's already finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it, Jackie. Come
Yeah.
on now, just a little bit. We're family, man. Just a little bit.
This the kind of music they want to hear. What's happening today a little bit, but along with the Jackson's music. Kind of our style. And it's gonna be some great stuff. I can't give all the goodies away, but it's gonna be it's high energy. It's really good stuff. Yeah, the fans gonna be excited. Put it like that. The fans gonna be very excited to hear it. Yeah.
Yes. And Jackie, where can everyone find out more information about you? Are you available on social media?
Yeah, JacksonVibes.com. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Jackie
Well,
Jackson, it has been an absolute honor for me to have you here today on Black in the Green Room. I really appreciate your time.
thank you so much for having me. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
All
Okay.
right, and I appreciate that.
You need me, I'm here.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you, Jackie. Be sure to follow me, Keith Underwood, at Mr. Keith L. Underwood on IG. You can also follow me on FB at Keith L. Underwood. And you gotta follow Black in the Green Room at Black in the Green Room across all platforms. Until next time, this has been Black in the Green Room.